Artie, Zen. Yeah. Look, we're just gonna throw some bars in, have a bit of a laugh, have some fun. Hope you guys like it. Much love. You know it is. Come on, you ones. When I jump on a track, I flow like an artist. Lyrical brush, I paint all my hardship. Take off too fast, so strap up your harness. Leaving the ocean parted. Moses, nothing. Needing to find my bro like Raditz. Believe it or no, my death's no challenge. I ain't the hardest, can't be rapping and wheeling. Chilling in the back street, chatting. Or we can stand in your place. Handstand down while we dance in your grave. Hands down playing, there's no chance of a fake. I've been a fan cam ram, but the man on the plate unhinged. Hit the bars so hard, see that cringe. Solar bars, changing the colour of your skin. Polar charts, feeling the Arctic wind. Know my past, living the darkness in. I know it's hard to be the goat at last. I wanna show my cards, I gotta roll with hearts, gotta devote my part to the bro from the start. Might as well go throw him a dart as I load my hope. I'm broke, I chose to go alone. I know my death's from overdose or comatose. To blow my bro dopes, a rope, use to choke, abuse a coach, diffuse at home. Flips up a pound, gives up from crowns, trips up for.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Green Street Elites. This is just a little impromptu stream. I just want to say good evening to Hammerhead, who's in the house. Good evening to you also, sir. Thank you for joining us. And as ever, Mr. Cox, thank you, Richard, for joining us. Hope you and family are all well. I hope everybody else is well out there. Those of you that are watching now and those of you that are watching in the future, if any do. I just wanted to, I've got, hopefully I've got a guest or maybe even two coming in. Nobody's arrived as yet, but we've got a season ahead of us in a few weeks' time. And I wanted to kind of discuss what you guys think we should be aiming for next season. What should be our club goals? I mean, what should we be looking at achieving, the kind of players that we need to bring in for the rest of this window, and also the players that you feel that might deserve their break in the first team from the junior squads. Now, good to see that Richard's okay. Good to see you all okay. That's lovely. Oh, and look, Peachy. It's not letting you in, Peach. I'll tell you what then. Try clicking this one. There you go. Try clicking that and you should be able to get in. And that goes for anybody else that's in the chat that you want to pop in. Click the link. I'm happy to accept you all. I'm trying out my new little webcam. I bought myself a little webcam. I'm trying it out. I sent you the preview, not the link. Sorry, Peach. Well, that's the link there in the chat there. And look, there he is on call. There he is. You're going to welcome me, guest.
My G, what do you, yo, budgie in the place to be. Yo, there's a movie shooting with Arnold Schwarzenegger like right around the block, and apparently he's gonna be there at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna try to get him on some like West Ham random shit straight up.
Excellent. Okay, Richard, that's brilliant. Thank you. Also need to get hold of young Jake, of course, for this little project that we spoke about, Richard. So if you could get him to call me or give me a message at his convenience, and we'll get that down onto digital format, we shall say. Yes, Peach is here. Good evening, Richard. Good evening, Richard. Good evening, Peach. Thank you for joining me, mate. I'll tell you what, I like the look of your background.
Always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, I like the look of that background. What's that, a bandstand?
It kind of is like, it's like a little park, isn't it? Like, it's like a little
gazebo
park.
in the park. I
yeah,
bet you have
lovely.
little live bands or like buskers or something in there, do you? Get in there and play a bit of music.
You know what we get, like, in, I'd say September or October, we get like they throw like a kind of like a little concert here, like a little festival, and they have all like different food venues, and the concert stage is set up, and my friend, like, he runs it, and we've had bands that you'd know, like none of them are coming to mind, but like bands from the 80s and shit that you would know, like White Snake, Blue Rodeo, what was the last one? They were well known, and we get them things rolling through here still, man. It's a good time.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So, Peach, give me an idea then. So, the reason I wanted to do this little thing was because I want to talk about how we would like the club to approach this coming season. What are your thoughts on that? Give me some of your thoughts on that, young fella.
My thoughts are how we are going to approach this season first. And I know I don't like to talk about it, but I would be lying if I said I don't check it every day. Like, I check transfers every day. If it's on OneFootball, if it's on newsnow.uk or .co.uk, like I think like we've signed three people. One is a manager, two are players. People think that Ariola was kind of like a foregone conclusion, but he wasn't, because there was other clubs interested in him. Aguerd, I think, is a brilliant signing. I like the look of the boy who's a Bournemouth, Jana, how do you say his name?
I can't
Zala?
think of it. Yeah, I can't think.
No, me neither. I know. My mind goes like blank.
Yeah.
But you know who I'm talking about. Dejana, Denaja, something like that.
Yeah.
He looks really tidy. And he's good in the middle. He's good on the left. That might be brilliant for like him and Jared Bowen to run the flanks. I think what we need is a good summer transfer window. I think we need at least 8 players we've already lost 4, so we get 4 back, and then we get another 4 on top, so 24, 25, 26, 27 pushes our squad to a 27-man squad rather than a 23-man squad. And it's about quantity. It's about quality, sorry, not quantity.
Yeah, I mean, well, we kind of saw that last season, Peach. You know.
Yeah, but quality, not quantity, budgie. Like,
yeah.
Honestly,
we saw the quality of the players that David Moyes has under his control, and I'm pretty sure that the players that he's going to bring in will be of equal quality. But you were right. We do need the quantity of players as well, because it started to show towards the end of the season that we weren't really ready for more than one competition at a time. You know,
I'm so happy that Ariola decided. I think that's going to be one of our biggest signings.
That is probably, and even though it's probably not that kind of money that people talk about, but I think Ariola is our marquee signing for this season.
I agree with you.
Because he's a man that we already know and love. We already know and love the man, and he's done a great job for us in the season that we've had on loan. So that to me makes it a marquee signing, not some big name for huge money. That doesn't make it a marquee signing to me.
No, I believe that. I believe that. I don't think that Aguirre is a marquee signing. I think Ariola is more a marquee signing, like you just said. I really do believe that.
Yeah. I mean, Aguirre is a player that we've been looking at for a little while. We've spoken about him a number of times,
Mm-hmm.
Pete, yourself and
Mm-hmm.
I and others as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've spoken about him and we've kind of wished this upon ourselves. And now that we've got him, we must embrace it with everything in us, just like we did when we got Kurt Zuma,
Absolutely.
And I believe that, I believe that he's a player that's hungry for success. And I think
he wants to prove
that's
himself.
the kind of player. And I believe that's the kind of player that Declan Rice has been looking at David Moyes to sign. That's the kind of signing that not necessarily huge money, but huge potential and huge desire.
Massive. Sorry, somebody was just calling me. No, massive potential. Like he's diamond. He's absolute diamond, and I love
and he puts the yards in as well,
the
mate.
other day, that interview with him and Carlton Cole. How beautiful is that? And like it just showed his true colors, and I loved it.
Yeah, and then Oggy comes out, and it was all love, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It was really nice. Really, really was nice.
Yeah. I thought the exact same thing.
I think I think he has been I think he's done as much research on the club as they have on him. I really do believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe that he's put as much in to his potential signing by the club. Because, look, who wants to go to a club that maybe have, let's just say, hang-ups about Moroccan people or hang-ups about foreign players or hang-ups about, about no Premiership experience, etc., etc. Now, he's got to have looked at it and thought, well, look, okay, so they may be a little bit critical of Ben Rama, but they embrace him and they want him to do well. It may, look at what happened with Kurt Zuma with the affair with the cat. Some of us, yes, we turned on him a little, but some of us didn't, and a lot of us supported him. And I think that was all quite instrumental in his decision to agree to the terms, etc., etc. I believe he's done his homework as well as we have. Do you know what I mean? Like anybody that's in the chat, if you want to give us an idea of what you believe, and what your views are on this.
Absolutely.
Please do. We'll
Budgie, let me ask you, like, what was your thoughts? Because it kind of surprised me a little bit. It didn't, but it did. Like, what was your thoughts about seeing like Ben Rama showing up and Diop showing up and Obama showing up? Like, I thought that was a breath of fresh air, to tell you the truth.
I thought that was just a mark of the man. You know what I mean? Especially Ben Rama being, I think he was probably the second one on the grass. He was.
I agree with that.
I think he was probably the first or second one through the door at Rush Green. One of the first to arrive. That's the mark of the man. But saw the saw Obama's like I was happy to see that. True. That made me like a bit of like not bigger. Sorry, it made me a bit of happy inside. It gave me a bit of peace of happiness inside. It really did. Yeah. Are you going into your building now? Are you going into your building now? Yeah, I'm gonna hook this because I could hear all the echo and everything. The mobile shop, and I could hear the echo. Sorted the audio out somewhat, but it has a dope camera, but a shit sound. Like it's only if I get my earbuds in. But then when I get my earbuds in, it's all crackly, drackly. Like I told you, like the stream I invited you on, it was all like crackly, drackly, and like man. So I don't know. Like the camera is good,
but I guess I should taking like videos like no for like photographs and like videos when I'm not going live. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm going upstairs just now. I'm gonna go on the camera and the mic and two things so I can hear you properly and can really talk.
H,
But I agree with what you
H.
said. People in the
I
chat,
can't,
who's in the chat right now, bud?
I can't hear hardly anything you're saying.
You see
It's
what I'm
all,
saying? The audio is shit.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about now. Like, hey, I look good, but the audio is shit. Yo,
Yeah.
who's in the
There's
chat?
nobody's
Wait, no,
commented
that's the
as
right way.
yet.
Who's in the chat, bud?
Well, there's nobody commenting as yet. The last one to comment was Richard.
Oh, you're assholes.
So
Comments already. What's wrong with you?
we've got a
Yeah,
few people watching.
comments
So
already, man.
got three people
Big
watching at the
things,
moment.
dog. Like people don't know. People do not know, dog. Hold on, I'm gonna disappear for like 2 seconds. Just gonna go in. We got Chinese food. Yes,
Right,
sir.
yes.
I'm gonna put that in there on the table, and I will
Hey,
be
listen.
right back. I promise you.
I wasn't actually intending on making this a long stream.
I know, but I'll be back still. I want to talk, dog.
Okay. All right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just letting you know it wasn't going to be a great big long one. Okay. All right. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, look, we've got Josiah in the house. Good evening, Josiah. Thank you for joining us. Peach looks like he's gone, so let's just remove him from the stream for a minute. Yes, good evening, Josiah. Thank you for joining us. Any thoughts from anybody in the chat of how they think that West Ham need to approach the coming season and who we need to kind of prioritise in certain positions even? You know, I mean, it's clear that certain players play their positions and that's that. But, you know, we've also got to consider that, we are also playing some of our players out of position as well. Good evening, Robert. Robert Singleton's in the house. Thank you for joining us. Very welcome indeed. So we've got two players now signed, definitely, which obviously the permanent signing of Areola, which I believe, as I said before, I consider that a marquee signing because he's going to be the future of goalkeeping at our club for the next few years at the very least. I think it was a 5-year deal, wasn't it? Please correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I'm under the impression it was a 5-year deal. We've also signed Nerf Aguirre, who I believe totally gets the West Ham way. From what I've seen of him speaking and his introduction to the club, so I think two decent signings under our belts. Of course, we've got the first team coach. I can't remember his name now. I'm not so interested in the coaching stuff. I do apologise. But we've got those two players confirmed. I think in the next sort of 48 hours, I think you'll find we'll have another confirmed signature as well. I mean, I'm not in the know. I haven't got any behind the scenes information that you guys haven't seen or haven't read and whatever. I have just got a strong belief in the Jesse Lingard signing. Mock me by all means, but I actually believe that he's coming to the London Stadium. We've not been hearing much of anything. Where did you go, sir? I know you're here. James, please try again, mate. We are right. Sorry, we need another 5 or 6 signings to everyone stands still. Yeah. And Robert's saying it's a delicate situation we're in. Need to balance the ins and the outs. That's true. We do need to balance it very, very much so. but we also need to, I believe, upgrade some of the younger players. I think there's one or two players ready to start making some first team appearances. James, if that, hang on, let me post that again. Excuse me. Right, there you go. James, if you're in the chat, click on the link there and then come in. I actually really do believe that the Lingard signature is going to be forthcoming. I don't know what makes me believe it, but I just do. Excuse me for 1 second. Oh, horrible. Having a smoker's cough is not fun, people. Don't do it. And we now have him back. There he is, look. Young Peach. Put your speakers on,
Yeah,
mate.
back in it. Look at that. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Can't see
like,
you.
Oh, look at that. Like, oh,
Peach,
magic.
turn off your external speakers, mate, because I can hear everything we're both
What do I
saying.
got to do?
Turn off your external speakers.
Okay, hold on. Yep, hold on. Hold on.
I don't know. Still. Hold on. Yeah, it keeps happening.
Okay, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, Trudge is in the house. Good evening, Trudge. How are you, sir? Nice to see you. Robert, let's see what you're saying. I believe we need to be looking on players that can come in and do a job and others that can be the back out for the season after, because our aging squad. Yeah, good point. We have got a bit of an aging squad.
So now I can't hear you. That's weird.
You can't hear me, no? Oh, God. I can still hear you, Peach. Yes, Robert, great points. I think...
Is that better or no?
Yes, I can hear you. That's much better, yeah.
See.
Oh, hang on, I can still get feedback from you, though. And we have another guest. And there we go, and here he comes. Good evening, young James.
Hello, 1 second.
Everybody's not ready, look. How are you, James? All right?
I'm good. How are you? Sorry, I dozed off. I'm a bit tired.
No, that's all right, mate. How are you, James?
Is it? Yeah, I've been good. Very good.
I think we're getting feedback from Peach. Oh, he's gone. There we go. I think he's got to sort out his audio because I'm getting feedback off him. Yeah, that's good. That's nice. Nice. Looks like you're having decent weather as well. How was your break?
What? My holiday? Or we're moving in?
Yeah.
Process.
Your holiday, yeah.
The holiday was really good. Yeah, I got back at the start of, I think it was start of June. Was it? No, it was. When did I get back? I got back, I think, on the 10th of June or something like that. I was there for a week. It was really nice, yeah. Different part of Canada that I've never been to. It is like a completely different part of the country anyway in terms of its French culture. Whether I could live there or not, I'm not really sure right now, because very recently Quebec passed a law called Bill 96, and when I went over there, it was a bit controversial because it says that all major businesses have to communicate in French only. If you can't, I mean, I speak it quite highly, but it's different kind of French, it got confused me. But other than that, really good holiday, very nice city, very cultural. Yeah, nice place.
Josiah Green Moth is saying hi to you, James.
Hello, Josiah.
And Trudge is in now saying, check out the Brownhill goal.
Knuckleball.
Knuckleball, yeah. Knuckleball. Okay. So what are your views on stuff for the season then, James? The kind of direction the club needs to be heading towards? Obviously,
me,
we need a decent window, but
yeah,
beyond that kind of thing.
Well, as you say, decent window is just the most obvious answer now. Obviously, I couldn't respond that way. I would say what we've needed to do is we need to stabilise the club for 2 seasons and make sure we do have a bit more structure and stability as in the sense that we're not constantly in a relegation battle. I think we've managed to stabilise it to this point. And I know we have done that with very limited resources or through Moyes' own decision. We now have to really kick it up a bit. And I think we need to get in younger players, long-term players. You got to look at the whole team as well and think about, okay, who's getting older, who's younger. We got about an average squad age, and I think it's somewhere in the late 20s. So we need to, or even early 30s. So we got to lower that. I mean, we've signed Aguirre, who's 26 years old, and he's got, 5 years left of his peak. We've got Areola, who's a goalkeeper and is 29 years old. So he's, he's already...
I mean, but with goalkeepers, the age isn't quite as important.
Yeah, right. Which is
it's not like he's going to be running hundreds of meters every day, is it?
No.
But I agree with Aguirre. He's as you say, he's 26. He's probably hitting his prime right now. I mean, a lot of these continental players do hit their prime at around the mid-20s. So we're probably going to get the best years out of him. Yeah. And being that he's a defender, I know he can run, and I know he can break forward, and I know he likes to put the yards in during the game. But as a player gets older, they're less inclined to do that, and he may be more inclined to be a fullback rather. A centre back rather than a fullback. So, I mean, we could get 5 years out of him.
I think so.
Effectively,
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, like we could get 5 years out of Zuma. We've probably only got another 2 years max out of Craig Dawson.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
But and Oggy as well, obviously. But I think Diop's going to go. I'm pretty sure Diop will go.
Yeah.
So over the next couple of years, we either need to be promoting, the junior rank players, the youth team players, or the under 23s. We either need to be integrating them into the first team, or we, as you said, we need to be looking at younger centre backs to buy in. It's very important that the back line is A, defensive minded, and B, mobile, really. And I know that they can be slightly slower than other outfield players, but they still got to be pretty mobile, haven't they,
Yeah, I think the centre back position somewhere which is quite aging. It's quite similar. I'm not comparing us to Newcastle, but it's similar to our Newcastle's defences because Newcastle has an aging defence. It's got players who are in their 30s, and it's quite similar to ours, really, in that sense. And you got Bonner, who's 34, Dawson, who's 32, and that's one area that used to be going. You got Cresswell, who's 33 so far, who's 30. We do need another fullbacks in. We have been linked with them with very strong links, which is good. We've got Myler, who's linked with us. Vindal is now linked with us because he's cut his move to Ajax. Midfield, mainly what I've done, as people may know who watch Peter's channels, a lot of people in the West Ham community who watch from the Anvil know, I do scout and report videos. I haven't too much time to do them recently because I've been busy, but one area that I do tend to look at is midfielders a lot. Because I think it's a very important part of the team. It's somewhere West Ham needs to bulk up.
Well, it sort of gels the front line and the back line. So,
that's why it's a transitional part of the field. And I think we need 2 centre mids, attacking mid, and a winger. which we have been linked with, thankfully. And bizarrely enough, in all these Scout Report videos, I mentioned a player called Erkan Kirksu, and then I find out he's actually linked with West Ham. I'm like, what I mentioned first.
Then, mate. Good bit of scouting then, wasn't it?
I want Erkan Kirksu at West Ham. He would. I'd rather have him than Tielemans because I think he'd be more affordable.
Give me a minute. We'll talk about him in 1 minute. I just want to go through a few of these comments. Obviously, the one that's on the screen now.
And a drink.
Yeah, okay. No problem. No bans for betting firm sponsors. Okay. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's good for us, I suppose, because we've got Betway, I suppose, isn't it? If we don't sign anyone, I honestly think we'll be fighting relegation, Sire. Yes. People were kind of believing that last year, if I'm honest, and David Moyes and the team proved us wrong. Those of us, and I was one of them, that thought that if we didn't strengthen, that we would fall down the league like a stone. It didn't happen. Thankfully, it didn't happen. Robert says, James, what's your take on King Louis Potter with a bid from other team like Brentford?
He's not my preference. Just saying.
No?
No, it's not my preference. That's just how it is.
Okay.
Actually, tell you what, I'll get a cushion for this because
carry on, mate.
Oh.
You carry on, do what you're doing. So Hammerhead saying you need to be older to be a quality defender. I'm bringing you back in now, Peach.
Cheers.
Here we go. Oh, hang on. I dropped him. He should be coming in any second. You need to be older. Hang on. Add to stream. Come on. There we go. Welcome back, mate.
Your
camera's all black. Anyway. You need to be older to be a quality defender. Name me one young defender who is good or world class. There isn't one, he says.
Yeah, this does my head in. Yes, budgie. Yes. Oh, easy there, Mr. Cool Tom Cruise. Like I just got out of Top Gun James. What are you saying, rude boy?
I'm good, man. Yeah, just outside. First time in 10 days or something that I had rain here in Alberta, so I'm making most of it.
Whatever. You got a picture with like Patrick Kluivert, so now you feel like you're the bomb straight up. This man sent like all these photos out, like Patrick Kluivert, like who's Ronaldinho, like who is it? Who else? You have pictures of everybody.
It's everything that happens in California, mate. When I went, it's just scenes.
That's what I'm saying.
That was me aged 18 as well.
Big up James in the Anvil. That was live, man. Respect. Clyde, where's your picture at, dog? I want to see you with like, the best of them, like Tony Cotty, Bobby Moore. Where's your pictures at, dog?
Oh, mate, I don't have pictures with players. I haven't really had the opportunity to take any as such, really.
I feel James was taking the thunder with them things, dog. I love the shirt. James. I love the shirt, honestly.
Who?
We were just mentioning before Peach came on. We were talking about Erkan Kirksu, who I mentioned to Peach not only a few days ago. I think I hadn't moved by then. I mean, with all this, I just find it like mind blowing how I mentioned this geezer's name and then he ends up getting linked with us. I'm like, someone's watching my stuff. A higher power is watching my stuff.
100%. She's gonna take Rob Newman's job. They're scared. I
was watching it before with next to no. Now I'm taking scouting courses. Oh, look at Owen Vindelton here. Oh, look at that.
Love it.
Oh, look, Open Kirksu's in here. Look at that.
Love it.
Excellent stuff. Okay, so let's have a look, see what else is being said in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Robert says, Hammerhead, what's your upper age limit for a defender? Yeah, well, they're discussing that, you know, being a defender, you become world class with age and experience, which I agree with. So Hammerhead is, Rob's asking Hammerhead, what's his upper age limit? And he says, too old for a defender would be 29 for him. No one over 29. I kind of agree with that. That's about right.
That's what James is like now.
Oh yeah, no. Hammerhead means he wouldn't.
Sorry, go on about that.
He wouldn't sign anybody over the age of 29, but having them in the team and playing up to 32, 34.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh, look at that.
And what I love about James is like James. What I love about your scouting technicality is how they're all like 20 to 24 years old. Because we were just talking about it's 20. What? How old was he? What?
Sorry, who?
The defender you just mentioned. How old was he?
Sorry. Oh God, what's his name?
He was like 28, 29. I think he was 29.
No, I didn't actually mention anybody. A Hammerhead was saying that he wouldn't sign anybody over 29.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like James's scouting. James's scouting is like from 18 to like 24, and that's what I respect. Like, homeboy is looking at the right age, right mind frame, right personality. Like, yo, trust me, man. Rob Newman, Bosh, get gone, dog. Put James through the front door, dog. Real talk. I didn't even playing with y'all. Like, you think I'm playing? I'm not playing. Like, I'd have James Captain and Rob Newman at the club like any day of the week. That's just me, though. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's just me, like, straight up.
Yeah. Look who's in the house. Look. Oi, lads. We're well, he says. Hang on, is it lit up or not? Yeah, there we go. Come on, what's happening here? It's not coming up on screen.
James, who are the strikers going to be, man? Because we need strikers, dog. We need, like, I was saying this earlier. Like, I did a broadcast and then deleted it because my earbuds were making it crackle and all that. So I deleted it. But it's like, and you were on there. Thank you for coming on. But it's like, who are the strikers we need? Like, who do we need up front to do the biz next season so Antonio can kind of just take a chill pill and relax for like a game or two? Like, who do we need?
Honestly, Broja.
Yeah.
Because I think he's younger and he'll only get better with time.
Yep. Can't argue with that, man.
No.
Who else though? Who else? Like, is it Emmanuel Dennis? Is it like, is it the boy like was it Bournemouth? Like, who is it? Like Jesse Lingard shifting into like.
That Jim was not a striker. He plays as a winger.
What's that, man?
He plays as a winger.
All right. I know, but like Moyes loves converting the wingers into strikers, doesn't he? So.
No.
Like what?
Good evening, Helen. Helen's in the house.
The whole team, like that was striker thing. So to me, I'm just saying.
I just want to say hi to Helen and also
big up, brother.
to Lucas.
Big up, Lucas. Thank you.
Links.
I tried to send him the link, but he tried to preview instead of the link. So hopefully, Lucas, click on the thing in the chat, guys.
Yeah, there he is. Look, hang on, wait until his picture arrives. There he is.
Oh,
there he is.
The building. Lucas is in the building. Mighty.
How are we, boys? How are we?
Good morning.
Hello, Lucas. How are you, sir?
What's
Good.
up?
I'm good. I
Son,
just got back from enjoying some beautiful weather. Beautiful weather outside today.
nice. Love that.
Got me a little tan. It is happy days over here.
Good boy.
Good. You out in your truck, I see. You were out in your truck. No doors on it though. What was that all about?
Oh, it's just so nice. Had to take all the doors off. The airflow in that thing was absolutely immense.
What? So you go in your truck and you watch Love Island now, or you watch Love Island like in the home? Like, what's up, dog? You're getting on pizza tip, dog. Love Island inside.
I've watched one season of Love Island before, and it was so funny, but I haven't watched it in like two seasons. But this one right now is so funny.
I'm saying, and you got like Michael Owen's like daughter in there. I don't think anybody knows who's Michael Owen's daughter.
It's very weird. Don't get me wrong. She is a beautiful girl, but it is so weird. It's so weird that a 19-year-old is on that show. Like, it's just insane.
Yeah. I feel you, man. I can. So like,
she is.
Pete,
I
sorry,
can
I just interrupt everybody for a minute? Pete,
no.
read the message there on the screen because it's really, really, really getting crackly on your line. We can't hardly hear anything.
Is it on my line?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Every time
Okay.
it's crackly.
I'm confused. Okay.
It sounded like a frog, an electronic frog at that. Hammerhead is saying, hi guys, don't forget to smash the like button, thank you, and subscribe, thank you. If you're new, tickle the bell and get notified of new streams and uploads. Thank you so much for saying that, Hammerhead. I really do appreciate it. Robert is saying, Hammerhead, I know it depends on the player, but how long can Creswell, 32, Dawson, 32, and Ogbonna, 34, play for us?
So boys, what are we saying? What are we talking about?
And Happy Hammerit's in the house. Hi, Happy. Nice to see you, sweetheart.
Talking about anything special before I join?
Well, no, we're just sort of talking about what we feel the club's ambitions and direction should really be for the season. We're all hoping for a decent window. But with that out of the way, with that done, what should the club be aiming to achieve? Should we be looking at, league position again? Should we be concentrating on the cup competitions or the Europa Conference League? This is the kind of things that I'm interested in right now.
Have you both given your opinions yet?
Well, we're building to that really. We've mainly been chatting about the targets that we feel that the club should be looking at.
I'll say this at least. I made like a super early prediction with a bunch of friends, and I was saying for my money's worth. I don't feel the same way now because we've got some transfers in, but I was saying I was predicting us to finish a little worse than this year. I said 9th or 10th, but with the way things are going right now, the way the transfer window is going, I think we can do better. But my expectations are different than my prediction. I would expect us if the window keeps going the way it's going, I think we should be aiming to get in Europe again.
Yeah.
So Conference League again, I wouldn't mind. And make a run at the league or FA Cup. One of them. I'd take either or.
Yeah. Helen's asking a question here. Has Aguerd travelled to Scotland with the team? She hasn't seen any pics or videos of him.
Probably not yet. I think it's
probably
just
not as yet. No, he's probably acclimatizing to the food and stuff.
Yeah, and they're only there for a little bit. They'll be coming back for the Ipswich preseason friendly.
Yeah,
I think they're only in Scotland for like a week.
That was it, really?
They're not there really like playing football. They're just training. They're just getting some runs in, doing some triangles, you know. Just doing some small stuff. I don't really think they're pushing anybody. But I expect him to join when they're back.
Yeah. Hammerhead says he thinks that we'll be lucky to finish 8th, so we should focus on the cups. I don't,
it will
subscribe to that.
It's gonna be a lot tougher this year because I really do think Newcastle are gonna have a decent season. I don't know what decent entails, but I think they're definitely gonna finish top half. They've got some good pieces.
Yeah.
And then Brighton. Brighton
could finish top half as well. The dark horses, mate.
If they lose Cucurella, I don't think they'll finish top half, but I think they'll still finish like 11th or 12th.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, it's Brighton. They just replace people like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And I mean, they can't say no to £50 million or whatever it is for Cucurella. They bought him for not even 20, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, Peach is back. Let's see if we can get
Friday though is going to be extremely interesting. I am so excited.
Friday? Why Friday? What's happening?
That's the day that everyone's contracts are up.
Oh, word up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That is a good point.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And I'm
Lingard arriving Saturday.
Yeah, I'm patient. I'm patiently waiting to see if anything happens on Friday. If I had to put money on it, I think and I'm not saying this because I want him to come to West Ham. I mean, I do personally, but I think if I had to put my money on it, he's going to be our next signing because I think this Broja situation is going to drag out most of the summer.
It will.
Yeah.
And then I think
Peach is gone again. Where did he go this time?
And I think we still need a few more striker targets, in my opinion, because I really don't want us to. I still don't know how I feel about En-Nesyri. Like, I think he's decent, but I don't know. I've got a lot of opinions on the transfer window so far. Like, I like what we've done so far. It's definitely needed.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good so far.
I really want us to get Aaron Hickey through the door, but we gotta look at Arsenal and hope that Arsenal grab a Martinez from Ajax. And if that happens, I really want us to try and go all out for Aaron Hickey or that other lad that we've been linked to. James, do you know anything about do you know how to pronounce that Dutch left back's last name? Is it
Wijndal?
Wijndal?
Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't he supposed to go to Ajax, or is that like collapsed?
It's collapsed. The news broken down.
Okay, I like the way you said that.
Which is good for us.
Yeah, when I saw that today, I was a bit confused because I thought it was guaranteed he was going to Ajax, but I wouldn't mind him for £8-10 million, whatever it was that he's going for. I still think we have enough money to like just go for Aaron Hickey. I think Aaron Hickey would be such a good addition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Robert's asking what our thoughts are on Perkins leaving as well. So
I was a bit angrier before, like a couple weeks ago about it, but now I've kind of just come to the realization that I think Moyes just doesn't fancy Perkins as his style of striker, if that makes sense. Because like me personally, I've seen him play in person. when I was over, I saw the Derby County match when they won 5-0 or 5-1, and Perkins was so good. And I know it's only U23, but like his movement was great. He's got decent pace, and he was a sublime finisher.
Yeah.
And he takes really good touches. And I know, again, like I said, I know it's U23, so like that's really like equivalent to what, like League 2, League 1 if you're lucky. But I thought he was very promising, but at the end of the day, I think he just isn't Moyes' type of striker. And let's be honest, for an academy player, like demanding a raise is it's not the best of looks.
Yeah, agreed. Let's see what else is being said. Right, hang on. Previously, Hammerette said she thinks that both us and Tottenham will get the Europa League spots.
You know, I hate to say it, I think Tottenham might finish third. They are looking something dangerous. If Basuma doesn't go to jail, they are looking very good.
Yeah. I don't even want to.
Their midfield, in my opinion, still isn't the best. Like I'm interested to see if there's any progression in that midfield, because like Højbjerg is okay. I don't think he's that great. He's decent at what he does. And
they're selling Harry Winks. Oh, breaking news about Danjuma. Fabrizio Romano. West Ham are progressing in talks with Villarreal to sign Danjuma. Work in progress for a bit less than 45 million euros. West Ham want him to be put a statement signing. Personal terms have not been discussed yet. Villarreal are preparing to sign Umar Sadiq as a replacement. And also, I've just got an email saying that I am about to be sworn in as a Canadian citizen. So, yes.
Fucking happy days.
Congratulations.
Happy days.
Yeah. Only one thing that might be a bit... I mean, I'm happy about that, but the thing is, I want to go and see West Ham in Europe next season. That may have to be put on hold for a little bit, because during the ceremony, I have to shred up my PR card, my residency card, and I get a certificate, and then I've got to apply for a passport, and that can take a few months to come. But yeah, about time, because my application started about 3 years ago, so it's about time it pretty well got to this point.
Yeah. That's right. It's just a message from Duke. Right. On the group chat.
Wow.
Danjuma would be another great class signing, said Happy.
My only questions about Danjuma is that, I mean, he didn't do that well in the Premier League, and I know it was only with Brighton, but he had no goal contributions in 14 matches. But but I don't know. Everyone's different. Like me personally, I put like the Premier League proven like attachment on a player. Like I value that extremely, because I mean it's just a thing, you know. And I think it's valid. But I don't know. Danjuma played very well in Champions League and in Spain, and so I hope he can translate all that to the Premier League. But I don't know. I hate being like one of those Premier League fans that like is like, oh, we're the best. Like no other league like touches us. But I don't know. I always felt like it's a bit true in a sense. Like I don't know. Like I don't really rate La Liga like that much. I think Serie A is a lot better than La Liga personally.
Yeah.
Like,
go on, carry on.
Or like when I'm watching La Liga, I just feel like not only is it extremely slow, but it just feels like everyone's just trying to like nutmeg each other. And that's their score. How many times can I nutmeg you? That's the real score. Yeah. It may end 1-1, but you know, I nutmegged you like 5 times. Like I don't know. I can't stand that.
I just want to take this opportunity. Sorry, I just want to take this opportunity to remind people that Saturday morning at 10 o'clock UK time, Match Day Rewind with myself, Duke, Gatesy, Kieran, and hopefully, as 98% confirmed today, Craig Forrest will be appearing as well. So Saturday morning, and it's going to be all this. So watch this little video.
Oh, it's all.
Weird. Can you still hear me?
August the 20th.
Oh man, I cannot believe this Dan Juma news. That's crazy. Oh no, I personally.
Sorry, there's something with this internet connection not happening for me. But anyway, guys, check out the link on YouTube. Just type in the last ever game at the bowling, and you will be able to join in with the chat and that on the day. 10 o'clock Saturday morning. Sorry, guys, you were chatting and I kind of interrupted you.
No,
they're good.
Sorry, I was busy dealing with an email about my citizenship ceremony. It's a lot of stuff.
So, James, you're going to be in Canada for the long term?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have to. It basically means that I've got permanent right to stay in Canada without fear of having my right to remain revoked. Well, that could still happen if I break a federal crime, if I commit like cyber fraud or something. I mean, my stepbrother lived in America for well, he has lived there for 20 years. So, and he didn't get his citizenship until 2 years ago.
Yeah, it takes some people so long here.
Yeah,
I've known a few people it's taken that long.
maybe because Canada's a Commonwealth country. I don't know why it's taken me less time. I'm not sure. But Justin Trudeau sends me a letter saying welcome to Canada and all that.
Well, I mean, shit, if they let you get an apartment, I mean.
I've been to the Parliament building.
Yeah, I mean, or what I'm saying is if they let you get an apartment in Canada, I mean, they might as well let you stay, right?
Dude, I already have one. I'm in one right now.
Yeah, no, it's rhetorical.
Shit. That's why I haven't been doing YouTube, because I've been busy moving in. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean,
how do you like it? How's the new place?
Oh, it's all right so far. I'm waiting for my bloody sofa to come though.
Oh, that'll be fun. Is it a one piece or a?
It's 2-bedroom. My sofa's smaller. I had to get a new one because the other one was a bit shitty and too big. It's like a grey 2-cushion standard sofa. I'm not really sure how to explain it. It's something that I bought in from some furniture shop. Got to get through the qualifying without rice. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
putting a downer on my day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it wasn't my fault. I just highlighted the comment. I didn't say it. It wasn't me. I kept quiet. I said nothing.
I still love that video though.
Yeah.
Which video is that then?
Him just calling the referee corrupt.
Oh yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Right. Talking of videos, I am going to try and play this bloody video again now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
August the 20th.
That was very nice, Budgie. Mike is muted.
It's going again. I can't believe this. Bloody technology. They say it's supposed to help us. Does nothing but make my life a misery. Right, listen, guys. I've been running for an hour. I didn't really want to run this long, but anything you want to say before I wrap things up, James?
Boys has definitely given the green light for Danjuma to sign because we've now got Steinberg reporting on it. We've got Fabrizio the God reporting on it. Fabrizio was like the Ian Rappaport or the Adrian Lawaj of football, isn't he? Let's be honest, everyone just don't trust him.
Yeah, it's like
Well, he's got good connections.
Woj and Shamgar are the
the
Ornstein Fabrizio of basketball.
Fabrizio, I trust Fabrizio on my bank account. In all honesty, so much to trust him.
That's what he wants you to do.
You know, I said this other day. Like normally I hate the transfer window because we're linked with so many players and it's such bullshit. But like this window, we've actually been linked with a lot of players through like good sources, and it's like it feels kind of good. Kieran, how are we?
Hey, good morning, chaps. How are we?
All right,
Absolutely.
bloody typical. You turn up when I'm about to bloody go off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've just got out of the shower. I didn't realise you were on, brother. And
I did send you a couple of WhatsApp messages.
Well, you missed some breaking news. We're progressing with Danjuma, looking like he could sign with us.
really?
Yeah. Breaking as of not even 5 minutes.
Oh, right. We made it offer.
Yeah, we're progressing.
I can even tell you what it actually really said. I'm not sure about making an offer, I can tell you.
Read it right out.
Work in progress for a bit less than the 45 million euros. West Ham wants him as a statement signing. It's there in a permanent form. Fabrizio's tweeted it. Frame it, put it on a T-shirt, whatever.
See you in the funny papers.
Right, so he can play right across the front, can't he? He can play on the left wing or striker, can't he, that boy? So that's interesting. That's
a lot of dough.
That's quite exciting. How much? 45? What's that? About 38 million pounds, something like that.
I've just had a thought. Last two West Ham signings were announced on a Monday. Next Monday is American Independence Day. It's 4th of July. It's Canada Day on Friday, for the record. And Lucas could probably double celebrate the fact West Ham could be signing a Dutch guy and celebrating beating the British in the 1700s.
Yes. We're going to show those redcoats again.
Right.
Wait, stop it, you.
Well, you know, I don't know if you thought about this, guys, but I reckon Moyes' transfer strategy is to go through the alphabet. Right, and he started on A, right? He got in fucking Agerd, then he's brought in Areola. Now he's moved on to D. He's gone to Danjuma. So that tells me Broja's not coming. We've skipped him.
Yeah, we're getting Hickey next, then Lingard, and then Vinjal.
Yeah. Anything after D is allowed now. So who we got?
Yeah.
Lingard possibly, yeah. Could we go to
Ronaldinho.
I was just gonna mention that, James. I am absolutely loving these Monday transfer announcements.
Great way to start your week.
Great, isn't it?
Yes.
Great. Gives us something to talk about as well, doesn't it? You know, in all fairness, you know.
I would like to see him get over the line first before I celebrate that one, but at least we know we're punching. We're punching high. We're trying to fucking make things happen. I like it. It.
Yeah, I
If,
mean,
a big offer on a left back now would be nice. I'd be happy with that.
I want Aaron Hickey so bad. Aaron Hickey. You just don't see a lot of teenagers. Well, he's 20 now, but you don't see a lot of players at his age have almost 100 first team appearances. I know most of them were for Hearts, but then he had like 37 or 40 for Bologna. Like, that's impressive.
I can't say I've watched him, Luke, because I've heard a lot of good things about the boy. Like, it's a bit like King Louis Potter. I've not really seen much of him, but everyone rates him and rates both of them, actually.
Aaron Hickey, this is how I would describe Aaron Hickey to you. Think of Ben Johnson, like, defensively. Aaron Hickey's very good defensively. He's rapid. He can get forward, but his final ball is not the greatest. But he's everything we're looking for. He's got pace, great defender, good passer. His crossing just isn't there yet, but it can get there.
Yeah, well, you're right. You can say the same about Johnson, didn't you? He lacks that final ball. But I like the sound of pace because we lack pace all over the park. And see, I've watched all I've seen of Agard. He's got a good little bit of pace about him, which is a good start.
He is a good leaper. He can leap too for a ball. And he's got a good burst, a bit like Rice when he takes that burst with the ball. He's a bit short. I like that. We could do a bit more pace. Now, Juma's not the slowest. So he's rapid.
Yeah. It's good signs, boys. Good signs.
Liverpool were looking at him last season.
Was this
last summer window? That's what my one Liverpool mate just told me.
Hey, get a few of them out here.
I was at a charity shop today in Annapolis, Maryland. I saw a Spurs top, like a polo shirt. Ugh.
I saw a Spurs fan in IKEA.
Did you give him the bird?
No, I'm in a public place, mate, and I wasn't. And because I still am a permanent resident until the day of the ceremony, I still can theoretically be deported for something. So I don't want to commit a crime.
Freedom of speech to flip the bird.
Yeah, America's different, man. There's no right to free speech in Canada.
James, I'll tell you, James, I'm allowed both because I'm in the Commonwealth here in Australia. I'm allowed both my passports. I can use my British passport and my Australian. You too?
Well, Canada's a Commonwealth country as well. The Queen's on the bills.
Yeah. Yeah, mate. So do as you're told. Otherwise, the Queen's going to come get you.
Yeah.
Queen Lizzie, she's coming for you.
She wears Karen blue.
She's coming.
Yeah. So, Kieran, are you ready and excited for Saturday morning?
Oh, mate, I'm tenderhooks, geezer. What do you think? It ain't the morning for me, bloke. 7 o'clock at night. I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed by the time we come on, mate. You know that. I'll be steamed.
We might have an esteemed guest on the channel though.
What time?
James,
what time are you airing?
10 o'clock UK time.
Okay. Oh shit.
What's that?
I could be up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, why not? Get yourself a coffee and some croissants. You'll be great.
Go on, then.
Because hopefully Craig Forrest is going to appear as well, Kieran. So he's going to come on. Hopefully, he's more or less said he would. I've added him to a little group, and he's sort of spoken to us today. So yeah, that's good.
There you go.
Very good.
All right. I've watched it. I watched the game again. You know, didn't go too far into it, but yeah, it was
I've watched it
exciting
about
game to
4
watch.
times. Yeah, I've watched it
I wouldn't
about
go that
4
far.
times.
I don't want to know every time someone misplays a pass, but I want to get the general gist of it, you know. And but it was an enjoyable game to watch. It was a good game.
Mm.
It was a good game. Actually,
Yeah.
Craig might. Are you going to have the stats of the bloody game lined up, Budgie? Yeah?
Well, some of them, yeah, of course I have. Yeah.
Do you know, at the end of the game, I thought about something about our goalkeeper, Randolph.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know if that's a stat, but we could save that. But I don't remember him in the whole game, right? The whole game, he never made a save. He never made a save. He picked 2 out of the net. I don't remember him making a save.
Which match?
Excuse me.
Hmm?
Which match?
The last one at the Boleyn, Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game we're talking about on Saturday.
I don't think he made a save at all.
No,
Oh,
I don't remember him making a save. He let one in.
Oh, he let 2 in.
Yeah, he let 2 in.
I ain't going to blame him for the first one. I'm not blaming him for the first
Bloody
one.
fucking Anthony
second-
Martial. Always scores against us.
And he's shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and he got 2, didn't he? Hey, and someone, I can't remember who it was now, Kieran, do you remember who it was that said that both of the goals were down to
Yeah.
Winston Reid on that show that we were last on together? I've looked
Yeah,
at,
well,
that's why I've watched.
That's what the people
That's
say.
why I've watched the whole that game 3 or 4 times. He weren't to blame for the first goal at all. No, not the first one, the second one.
It's like anything,
You were-
Budgie, like Gio always says, mate, you know, show me a goal, I'll show you a mistake. There was a couple of mistakes by players in both of them goals,
Yeah,
you know.
but not
There's one there where-
but not specifically.
But you can't
by him.
directly put
Because
the
there-
goal
there-
down to-
No, not to Winston Reid, because after he last touched the ball for the second goal that they scored, there was a sort of like a period of play until it went in. And he had no
Yeah,
further part in
exactly.
it other than he was marking. So, you know, I mean, okay, maybe he lost his mark, but, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think the
So
goal was particularly
you
down
can
to
pick
him.
faults. I think, look, the second goal to me is just Randolph.
We should save this for Saturday, really, shouldn't we? Let's be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's hope if that's coming through that we're making a bid for this Danjuma, we're talking over £30 million, aren't we? If it's wow,
What was the price? What was the price you or the number you quoted? Oh no, it wasn't you, was it, Lucas? It was young James.
Are we talking about Danjuma?
Yeah.
45
What was the
million.
fee?
A little under 45 million euros. So probably around 40.
40 to 42.
Yeah, that's a lot of
I reckon,
money.
Yeah.
it's a lot of money for him.
That's Felipe Anderson territory.
Yeah, it's a bit heavy on the price.
Yeah. But I mean, everyone, again, you weren't here when I said this, but I think being Premier League proven or playing in the Premier League is very valuable. And he tore it up in the Championship for Bournemouth, fair play, but he played 14 matches in the Premier League and he had no goal contributions before he left. So, I mean,
Yeah. Like sometimes we got to forget about what it costs, don't we? And just look at the player and go, is he a good
I mean,
signing?
he's torn it up in the Champions League, and he did good in La Liga. So, I mean, I'm hopeful there. But I mean, in my opinion, I think Lucas Ocampos from Sevilla for £20 million would have been a better bargain. But Danjuma is a good player. Like he offers a lot. He offers pace, dribbling, and he has a good shot on him. Where like Lucas Ocampos, really, he's pacey, strong, a good dribbler. His final product isn't that great though. But and Danjuma can play both wings and kind of be like a pacey striker.
The only thing that worries. I've seen some of his comments in the past at Danjuma, and he's very ambitious, and he wants to play Champions League, and that's what might stop him coming to us. I don't know if that's still the case, but he's, and I think he would see West Ham as a stepping stone as well.
Apparently,
the bigger thing, which is not a problem to me. I ain't worried about that. We've got him for the next 3 years. I don't care.
It's backwards. Apparently, he said he basically wanted to use Villarreal as a stepping stone to get back to the Premier League.
Right.
Apparently that's been his ultimate goal, is to get back to the Premier League. And
Right.
he said he's had unfinished business in the Premier League.
Is anyone else trying to nab him in the Premier League, Lucas? Do you know?
Probably Newcastle.
Probably Newcastle,
Yeah.
but nothing that I've heard. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if Eddie Howe goes back for him, because he did play under him. But I think we're the only ones going after him so far.
Mate, I heard that David Moyes went to go and buy an airbrush, and some Geordie beat him to it. Every player we've earmarked, that they.
That's not just us. That's everyone, though, isn't it? That's not just us. It's everyone.
You know, it is interesting, though, because I do think, depending on our next signing, I think this could throw a bit of a curveball in our plans. Because I said the other day, it'd be hard for me to imagine us spending that money on Danjuma if we sign Lingard next. I know Lingard's coming on a free, and he's going to get a nice signing on bonus. But Lingard would essentially be our left winger, sort of.
Yeah,
he's just another attacking option. But I mean, I would love to see Danjuma and Lingard. That'd be brilliant.
Why not? Why not, Lucas, mate? What I want to see is when we take the field, whatever 11 we pick, I'm going to look at if we keep going the way we are with these signings, I'm going to look at the bench and go, we've got a bench that can.
And we have to get more options with this 5 subs now. We have to get more.
Exactly.
That's why really you all know I love Vlasic. I have to. He's a blood cousin.
No, you don't. You don't.
But even though I know if Lingard and Danjuma come in, the winger room is going to be absolutely packed and heavy. But I mean, I would still keep them because we need options. Well,
yeah. The difference is selling him now is ridiculous, because then we're going to lose a lot of money. It don't seem, it's not as if we can get our money back on him and sell him. That's different. With Ben Rama, we could possibly get our money back, but you won't with Vlasic. So there's no point in selling him at the moment unless you put him on loan, which is another. Isn't worth it. Good night, Anton. How are you, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, lads. How are you all? All well?
Good.
All right. Good evening, Anton.
Yeah, good. Glad to come on for a little while.
Tell us the news, Anton. Tell us the news. We're hearing good things. We're bidding for everyone. We're getting Danjuma. We're getting everyone.
If you throw enough shit at a wall, something will stick eventually, and that is literally just what it is with transfer rumors. It's so
But this time it doesn't stink.
True. I'm just delighted we've got two signings over the door before July, and I think there's plenty more of that to come. And I don't think we need to have insider knowledge, and that's not being disrespectful to anyone with that. It's just we don't need to have that knowledge because we know it to be factual. Like Noble, Kroll, Martin, Fredericks, they've gone out the door. We already had a thin squad. We need to add bodies, and they have to be good bodies at that. So
that's right. And I'd say if we get a 15 million for Diop, then that adds to the war chest as well, doesn't it?
It does, but do you know, I had a chat with Russ about this the other day, and I said it. I done a video earlier on, and I was talking about you need strength and depth, but to get strength and depth, you don't keep selling your players. So we've already got a thin squad. So take away those players I just mentioned, the squad is in theory depleted.
Yeah, but do we need 5 centre halves though?
No. I don't know.
Really, 6 if you include Cresswell, who can play that role too.
Yeah,
Do we need
And
it?
then obviously you've got the young lads, and then you've got I know worst case scenario, Declan Rice can step back there, but it's just whether or not what Moyes is going to do. I mean, I'm not saying Diop staying. I actually think Masuaku might stay. To everyone's
like
shock, I think he might. But I mean, if you think about on paper, if Diop walks it, it goes. If Masuaku goes, if Vlasic goes, that's 7 or 8 players that have left the club. And
exactly.
And if you replace those 7 players with 7 players, we haven't added squad depth.
No.
So
unless we're promoting a couple of youth players.
Yeah, so it doesn't add up to me. So that's why I don't think there'll be many outgoings, to be honest. I mean, Yarmolenko was the other player, wasn't he? So I think I reckon Diop might be the only one, Anton. I know, not that I've got anything against Diop. I like Diop, I really do. But I just think we've got too many in that position, and it means he'll never get a game. And for him himself, personally, I think it'd be better for him to be able to play football again, and be a regular in the team. So I can see him leaving. What I find interesting with the Diop situation is that he hasn't played international football, and I don't, if he's going to go, why is he on pre-season? Like, why is he, like, why have the club maybe not got rid? Because I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Anton, if I might interject there, do you remember pre-season this time last year when you were saying how good Philippe Anderson looked?
It's a valid point.
He was gone within 3 days. So,
he was.
Let's not kind of put our
weren't that Cullen as well? Anton. Weren't Cullen? Was it Cullen or Coventry doing really well in that pre-season in Scotland? And
it was Coventry.
Coventry, and then he went. Yeah. Moyes works in mysterious ways.
It's funny. Diop is also Moroccan.
Is he?
Yeah. I just thought that was funny.
I didn't know that.
Question from Robert says, "What do we think of Tielemans?"
I like him as a player, but I don't think he would suit us. I think his work rate's terrible, to be honest.
I think he's got.
I think he's got. Rumor that Rafinha might be going to Chelsea.
Like he's brilliant. He's brilliant on the ball. He's got a killer pass and he's got a thunder cunt of a shot. But he's not great defensively, and his work rate is just too poor for me. Like I was talking about this the other day when the John McGinn news came out too, and while I think Youri Tielemans is a better player than John McGinn, I think John McGinn would be excellent in our system.
It's funny you say that, Lucas. John McGinn, when you say the name, it doesn't excite me.
Yeah.
I don't get excited by it.
No.
But there is absolutely no ifs or buts about it. If he came onto that park and gave what he gives for Aston Villa, the fans would fall in love with him because he's tenacious. He's an
absolute bulldog of a midfielder.
Absolutely.
Moyes would love him.
Yeah,
love him.
The only thing bad about him is just he gets booked so fucking much.
Yeah.
That's because he's too slow to get to the tackle.
But he doesn't. He's a sort of player that doesn't fill me with a huge amount of oh yes, we're signing John McGinn, woohoo! Like it's not like that. But Tielemans or Danjuma excitement, all that sort of stuff. But that's where I go back to like building that jigsaw, like that puzzle. Like Moyes it's not about. I don't know how many times we've sat here and you have people in the chat going, "Oh, look at the stats of this player." Moyes is not really bothered about that. Moyes is looking at the player and going, "Does he fit to the system? Does he fit our team? Does he fit this? Does he fit that?"
Just Tielemans is such a weird player to me because, like, while he is good, and I said this other day too. He's like a slow Steven Gerrard to me, without the defensive capability. Like, he's good on the ball. He's got a thunder cunt of a shot, but like he just would not work with us. Like there's no way he could partner Rice in a 4-2-3-1. He could play in a 4-3-3, obviously, but like he's got a habit of when he turns the ball over, he just doesn't run back on defense. He just kind of putzes around, but he is quality. He's a very good player, and if we did buy him, I would not have any fusses about it. But that's really the only issue with him. But oh my goodness, if we had a midfield of McGinn, Rice, and Souček, wow.
I think Tielemans.
Our front three would not have to run back on defense. They would not have to track back.
I think the thing with a player like Tielemans is it sounds like he obviously wants out of the club.
Yeah.
And he's obviously that kind of player, that kind of mindset. That mindset is like, I'm not saying he's a troublesome player, but once his head's gone, he's gone. And then maybe that affects his game slightly. And I don't know what happened really to Leicester this year. But you know, they've been kind of tearing up the league over the last 5 or 6 years. But this year they done all right in the Europa League conference, didn't they? Up until the semi-final, I think they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
lost to Roma.
Yeah, but Tielemans is for one of the first names on the team sheet for Belgium, and they're good. Obviously, they're a good side. So, but who knows?
Yeah, there's a lot of question marks right now this summer because I still have no clue what we're doing as a team going forward with our formation because I really think we would thrive in a 4-3-3 really well. Rice, Souček, and Fornals in the middle. I just think a 4-2-3-1 we're way too slow.
Yeah. The question for you guys then is that based upon even what you said there, Lucas, what role do you see Antonio playing next year?
Left wing.
Yeah. That's what I'd like to see.
I still think he's good enough to be our striker, but he needs competition badly.
See, I think he's going to be our starting number 9.
Yeah,
I think he'll start as the starting number 9, but as the season maybe transcends and moves on, depending on if we purchase Broja or someone who can challenge like what you said.
It is weird because I don't think anyone can get an idea of what Moyes is thinking with the striker situation because from what I've seen and what I've heard, I'm getting the perception that Moyes he's not looking right now for someone better than Antonio. He's just looking for someone who's just as good who can push him, and then if we need to obviously use him, there's going to be no let off, no drop. Which, I mean, I said this way long ago when Antonio came out and was like, I need competition. I was like, if that's not a cry for help, I don't know what is. I mean, is there any striker in the world that has ever said that?
Yeah. No, I know.
But if we did land Danjuma, I can't see us going and buying a striker then. I think that will be it. And I reckon he'll interchange Danjuma with Antonio across the front three.
There could be a slight chance just because earlier I said, I mean, our two striker targets that seem the most realistic right now is Broja and Nesri. And I know we've been linked with Nesri for like 20 to 25 million pound, which I think is a solid deal, but he was quite injured last season and didn't play so well. But obviously the season before he was pretty damn good. But I think Nesri could still be on the cards because it's a bit of a cheapish option. But yeah, Broja is going to be tough to pull off if we get Danjuma.
I mean, if you brought, let's just say for talking sake, you bring in Danjuma, and let's just say for talking sake, you add Lingard to that equation as well. Yeah. Then, in theory, what Moyes is doing is building goals throughout that team. You've got players in theory that can score goals, and he's not relying heavily on that number 9. And it doesn't seem to be many teams are
style.
More teams aren't really relying on a number 9 really anymore because nobody. I don't know around the world what number 9s.
Yeah,
like when you look at the top goal scorers of the season, it's they're not hitting the heights of the 30s anymore. There's no one really there that's hitting 30s. It's very rare. Some people hitting 20s.
When you look at the only two players to score 20 plus last year in the Premier League are Salah and
Son.
What's his name?
Son.
Son. Well, Son predominantly plays on the left, and Salah predominantly plays on the right. And yet they've got 20 plus goals. And I think this is Moyes. This is what Moyes wants. I think he could have Danjuma on the left, Bowen on the right, and with Antonio swapping between them. This is what I don't believe he's going to bring in an out-and-out striker.
I find it exciting because, I mean, we've already proved from last season that our goals will come from anywhere. We don't have a main source for goals. And I think that would just be even more of a threat if we got Danjuma and Lingard. I mean, holy God.
It does give us
coming
options,
from everywhere.
Yeah, and I think that interchange you were saying there, Kieran, is probably I can totally see that big style. Like you pick the best of the bunch and you add more players to that. We're not even talking about if you had Lanzini, Fornals, then you had Danjuma, Lingard, Antonio, Bowen. Like, it's pretty.
There can all goals there. There's goals in there.
Yeah.
No, you spread them about.
Yeah, and I think an important
even
thing.
Goals in Ben Rama as well.
An important thing to think about too is if we do get Danjuma and Lingard, let's just say theoretically we do play a 4-2-3-1 again. Those are 3 players out of our 4 attacking options that I know for a fact are brilliant on the counterattack. And sometimes you don't need the best. I mean, Frankfurt are a perfect example. Like, you don't need the best players going forward. As long as they know what to do with the ball and where to go, you'll have a dangerous counterattack. And with Danjuma, Lingard, Bowen, that's the best of both worlds. Yeah. And we could be fucking scary. Especially if you got Fornals poking in 5 goals, 4 or 5, and then Benrahma contributes another 6, 7. Antonio gets 9 or 10. I mean, we could be.
And then you got Dawson and Zuma, and
that is what I'm saying.
And
like
exactly.
And again, you know, we've got goals all over the park.
Oh, mate, we're going to win the league. Fuck it, we're going to win it. Record number of goals next year.
all we need is Soufal to shoot the ball on target whenever he gets a chance. I don't know why he's so scared.
You know, I've never seen him have a shot. I've never seen him take a shot.
He had one cleared off the line, didn't he? He was really unlucky, didn't he? One came off.
Yeah, he did.
One on target. Yeah, he's got one on target.
It is exciting times. And like I said before, like I normally dread the transfer window because it's just a bunch of bullshit and we're linked with such random fucking players and whatnot. But like this is the first window that I can remember that not only have we been linked with a lot of players, but like they're all coming from like really reliable, respectful sources. And it's like, wow, we've really got options. We're really looking.
Well, I mean, this is the opposite to January, wouldn't it? Where we were linked to everyone and got no one. And we've already
had those phantom bids.
We've got 2 secured, nice and early. We've got 2 secured. Agard comes across as a really nice guy.
I cannot wait to see him play. He looks so fucking good. He's very
articulate, isn't he? He's very articulate, and that helps in a back 4. I'll tell you that he can speak really good English. And
he could play in a back 3 if needed too. He would be spectacular in a back 3, just picking balls, just pinging them.
Like, what I've seen of him, Lucas, I reckon that boy could be a defensive midfielder as well. He looks like he's got the talent for it.
He actually looks like he fully gets banter, like British banter as well. Like I don't mean it like, but
that interview he had with Carlton Cole was so lovely.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was,
and I can't wait to see Ogbonna back. Fucking goodness.
Yeah, we got Oggy as well. We're spoiled at the back.
Yes.
What is it about those Italian men? They just make me smile.
Yeah.
I think he's going to play such an important. He's going to play such an important part this year because it's his last year in a West Ham shirt, and he's been pivotal over the last couple of years. I was never his biggest fan when he first came. I criticised him like a lot. I think he was at fault a lot for many of the goals we conceded in the last season at Upton Park. But he really came into his own, and like a fine wine, as they say, Italian fine wine, he got better the older he got, and he became
ridiculous.
Really, yeah,
definitely an Italian theme, isn't it? With that,
I mean, Chiellini could have still play in Serie A if he wanted to. I guarantee you, at a lower table club easily. And he was still doing decent in the Euros.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just so excited because Albana and
not
Kurt
Inzaghi.
Zuma were such a power duo before he got hurt. Like, they were playing so well. Fucking Liverpool.
Yeah, they were. Bonner, to me, I mean, the season before, he probably argued. I thought he was player of the year, and he didn't get it. And he was superb until he got injured. I thought he was the best form of his life.
And I'm happy we didn't rush him back after those rumors that he might come back and play the last 2 or 3 matches of the season. And now he's fully fit, running on the beach, probably not drinking wine yet, but I'm so excited. I can't wait for preseason.
Well, hopefully you'll be getting a little bit of insight into some preseason tomorrow. And wink, wink.
Yes.
If I don't get into trouble like I did the last time.
Yeah. Are they at St Andrews again?
Well,
yeah. I'm going up tomorrow.
Good boy.
We're all going up.
Why don't you get 9 holes in as well?
Are you going to go live when you get there, Anton?
That's the plan, Budgie. Yeah, that's the plan, mate. We're leaving at 7:30 tomorrow morning. It's a bit of a 2-hour drive, so if it's right, I roughly know what time they'll be trading at. So the kids have all got their strips ready. My boy's got his book ready to get it signed. He's got a camera to meet all the players. And to be fair to them, they're really lovely. When we were there last year, there were some COVID rules still around, so the players were great. They came close, but not too close. Where now I think they will, especially with the kids there. So, we'll do something live. It'll be, and do you know what? Listen, I'm just a kid in a sweetie shop when I see West Ham.
Yeah.
So training is exciting. Sorry.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't think it's exciting. She's getting traipsed around. So.
Got to have someone looking after the kids, isn't you?
Weekend, hang on. When's the British Open on? Is that this weekend or?
No, it starts on I think it's the 10th of July. So when we go tomorrow, we'll see all the stands that are put up.
Yeah, the stands are up.
Yeah, and we actually stayed last year, but the Open wasn't there. But because the Open's there this year, the hotel prices have gone right up. Yeah. Even in like cities that are half an hour away. So the closest city to St Andrews is Dundee, and the prices there are crazy. So, but I've got my tickets for the Rangers preseason game. So
absolutely lovely,
brilliant.
Yeah, listen, I'll be going to games, but the fact that they're going to be 30 minutes from my house, you got to take advantage of that. Do you know what I mean? So.
I've got tickets for a pre-season game. Would you believe?
Right, go on.
Melbourne versus Phoenix.
No. Leeds versus Aston Villa in Brisbane.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
Oh wow, I didn't know they were playing out there.
Yeah, Leeds are out here in Aston Villa.
Everton and Arsenal are coming to Baltimore.
Wow.
There you go.
Kieran, you can wear a West Ham shirt. You might not get noticed.
I might well wear the West Ham shirt. Bollocks to it.
Just treat my American Kings, Jesse Marsh and Brendan Harrison. Okay, all right. No verbal abuse.
No, I won't. I'll be supporting Leeds if anything. So good luck to them. I hope they do well.
Don't you guys? I mean, I know the amount of chats I've had with people over transfer rumors and stuff like that, and people are like, some people get sick of it and some people don't. But you know, when we know we desperately need players, and you know, we're going to be active in the market. We know we're going to be active in the market. It is pretty exciting to see some fresh faces coming in it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I'll tell you what, my most excited. I'm very excited for preseason because I need to see Connor Coventry ball again. I really hope he gets a shot in the first team this season. I really do.
Did you see what was said about him?
Yeah.
He was offered time off because he'd been away with Ireland, but he declined it to go with the squad to St Andrews.
I'm telling you, that's one thing that I don't understand why he hasn't gotten a chance yet. Because last preseason we had a really good preseason schedule when we played Brentford and Celtic, and absolutely beat up on them. And this season we have another solid preseason show. We got Rangers, Reading, or no, not Reading. Oh yeah, Reading, Ipswich, Rangers. I mean, that's a decent preseason schedule, and I think if Connor Coventry plays the same way he did last preseason, he's got to have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with
sometimes
Ashby. I'm excited to see Ashby play as well.
Maybe Moyes done the right thing then. You know, he done well in that pre-season, and he thought maybe he's just not quite ready, and he stuck him out on loan. He's done really well, and now this could be it. This could be the time he goes, right, now you're back, you're ready.
He took the absolute piss out of League One. Like, it was a piece of piss for
him.
There
you go. So it might have been good for him. And maybe that's what Moyes
wanted. He's a U21. He's a U21 captain for Ireland. Like, he's got some edge. There's something there.
Well, there you go. This is part of, like you said, Anton. We probably do need to bring in 7 players, but Connor Coventry and maybe Ashby could be 2 of them that we're bringing.
Yeah, we are going to need another 2 midfielders. I don't think we'll have to buy 2. I think we can stick Connor Coventry in there, and then hopefully Tillemans, John McGinn, someone.
Tillemans. No, you don't. No, you don't.
So I hear a rumour that one of our other targets from January, Rafinha, I hear that Chelsea have put
Chelsea got him. They say 65 million, I think.
Wow.
55 or 65.
Wow.
They've offered.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, Calvin Phillips went to Man City for less than what we apparently offered, but it was a ghost bid in my opinion. But crazy.
Yeah.
I really wish James Ward-Prowse wasn't so loyal. I really wanted him so bad.
I would have wanted him for 40 million for the 70 there. He's not a 70 million pound player.
I mean, I respect it. He is practically their Mark Noble.
Yeah.
Even though he's a Portsmouth fan, it's really fucking weird. Pompey, but I am not leaving Southampton.
I mean, is that a fact? Like, I mean, if a club comes in with an offer,
that changes.
That changes.
Yeah,
Apparently, he's come out and personally said that he's gonna see his contract out, which is I mean, it's admirable. But when his contract runs out, this was his last chance at a move, because when his contract runs out, he's gonna be 32. So I mean, all the power to him. He's pulling a Letitia, so I respect it. I personally like seeing players like that stay at their club, because I mean, it's pretty fucking dull and boring when like top 4, top 6 just poach every single player.
I think the thing with Southampton though is their career in the Premier League. They've built it on selling their best players.
Yeah,
that's how they. You've got clubs in the Premier League that have kind of ran successfully well, and just to guarantee Premier League football.
Yeah.
By coming up, finding the best talent, selling it on for fortunes. I mean, Sadio Mane, they've done it with everyone. I think Matt Letitia was probably quite unique from. I'm trying to think of who what was the other lad? Jamie Beattie. Did he stay with them for a while?
James Beattie, yeah.
And Kevin Phillips, he was pretty loyal to Sunderland. Sunderland. Why am I talking about
Southampton?
Southampton, sorry. Did he play for? He played for Southampton, actually, didn't he? Did he play for Southampton?
Yeah,
maybe I'm just thinking of Red Stripes.
Yeah,
but I think the point I'm trying to make is like they had Sadio Mane, sold him, made a profit. Wanyama sold him, made a profit. Van Dijk sold him, made a profit.
Yeah. It's a good business model for that, Anton, isn't it?
Just to guarantee Premier League football. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And they did do well after they'd sold them big players as well. They brought in players to compensate. Not as good, but they still done a job. So they've done well.
Theo Walcott as well originally.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, well, they had him. He was a youth player there.
Right.
Yeah,
and then they they
That's right.
sold
Well,
him,
when
and then they.
Arsenal first grabbed him.
To
Only
Arsenal.
a
Actually, is he not back there now? Actually,
I believe he is.
He what?
I believe he is.
Apparently, some breaking news. Apparently, this is from Jacob Steinberg. He is saying that we are confident we will sign Danjuma for £34.5 million.
Lovely.
That's a
more like
lovely
it.
figure.
lovely, jubbly.
We'll have it. Let me have it done quickly because I want to keep this good feeling going.
I'm telling
what?
you,
Do you know what, Lucas?
we need to
I'm
keep
reading-
moving on with these Monday announcements. We got to keep them going.
Yeah.
Let's talk
One
Monday.
of-
Anton,
I'm reading-
I
actually-
wanted to
I'm
ask
actually-
your view on the appointment of can't remember his name, the first team
Mark
coach.
Warburton.
Warburton, that's it. Yeah.
Well, just quickly on that,
Yes.
Fabrizio Romano has backed up Jacob Steinberg's statement, and he's backed it up by going, West Ham are progressing in talks with Villarreal to sign Danjuma, work in progress for a bit less than 45 million euros. West Ham want him to be one of their statement signings.
Oh,
Personal terms not discussed yet.
Fabrizio.
What is it he says? Here we go.
Stop giving me, look, Anton. I don't want you to give me all these positive fucking headlines and then it all go to shit. Don't
It's
do
not-
that.
Kieran,
I'll tell you what then, Kieran.
Look,
Don't go to bed.
yeah, all I'm doing is like that's all I'm doing. I'm showing you that's
All
not
right,
me.
mate. Look at you.
All
I
do is
trust
report that.
this guy more than my first cousins.
But
back
ain't
to-
that? It's all good. It's all going the right way, isn't it? It's going, look, come on.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
I can't
On,
believe it's not even the season, and we've got a smile on.
And
our
we're,
face.
you know,
It's incredible.
it's kind of crazy. I know we're only announcing these players on Mondays because you know West Ham. We don't work on the weekend.
Listen, Lucas, I'll announce it for everyone tomorrow when he turns up to St Andrews, and I'm standing there with my kids, and Danjuma walks through, and Lingard's there, and I'm like, but on your point, Budgie, I think Mark Warburton. I mean, came out of the blue. No one ever expected it.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that they've gone big for an assistant. Like that's big.
Mhm.
Like he's a
Yeah.
first team manager. He's a coach. He's a first team coach. And
Yeah.
he's had over 350 appearances as a first team manager.
Yeah, and he's had some relative success as a manager as well.
Yeah, I mean he's won. I think he won the championship, not the Premiership, but the championship in Scotland with Rangers. Yeah, he got a couple of promotions. Yeah, a couple of promotions, and if you look into his history, I mean, have you looked into his history?
Only a little, not an awful lot. I've got to be honest. You know,
It's a fascinating
impressive.
story. It's a fascinating story. He obviously played
you
football.
did a show on it the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating story. Oh, listen, I don't proclaim to know this before I do it. I just, when we signed him, I was like reading up on him. I was like, read,
Yeah.
store, video.
Yeah.
So, and it's fascinating. And he played. He got an injury. He played a couple of lower league teams, and then he left football completely and was a very successful trader. Extremely successful trader.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
made a lot of money, and approached his wife, and he said that he was having literally multi-million-pound deals put in front of him. And he said when they were getting put in front of him, all he could think about was formation and tactics in football. He couldn't get it out of his head. So he approached his wife and he said, the house is paid for. This is what we've got. This is what I want to do. And I've got a 10-year succession plan. And I'm going to go and travel Europe and watch all the best teams in the world and build up my knowledge. And within 10 years, he was managing someone in one of the championship leagues or something like that. So
Yeah.
he was. It's his bread and butter. It's football.
Yeah.
Bread and butter.
No, it's nice to have that kind of experience in the back, isn't it? And you know, when you look,
for me,
and I'll put
for
you
me,
back
it kind
to
of feels
look
you
at
get-
Man United, Budgie. When you look at Man United bringing in Solskjaer, right, with very limited managerial experience, and even Carrick, even though he's been behind the scenes, they don't have that experience. They don't have that.
No, they don't.
And
They don't.
all of Moyes' backroom staff do. They've all got good experience. you know, most
I mean,
at management level and coaching level.
I think that Warburton's appointment kind of fills the gap that I feel has been vacant ever since Irvine left.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even though Stuart Pearce was there, but I still feel that without Irvine, I feel that we've kind of there just hasn't been. I don't feel that there's been as much strength behind David Moyes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like, as much.
We've lost a little edge, you think?
Yes, yeah, exactly. And even though we had a great season last season, I feel that it could have been better had Irvine still been at the helm.
I'm all up for the boot up the ass mentality. Having Irvine and Stewart and Psycho was fucking awesome. Would be awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Anton, what you read up about him? What is his connection to Moyes? Anything in they crossed paths when they were younger, or?
I don't think they have. No, I really don't think they have.
Because for Moyes to bring him in, you'd think he must have a lot of confidence in him.
Yeah,
I had no idea of this guy, but I read up on him. I've seen some tweets. I've read a couple things, but apparently he's going to bring some good possession football tactics to us, which we have desperately needed for a long time, because I don't know about you guys, but every time we always go up against a team like Brighton or Brentford or someone of that ilk where we just know we're gonna have 60% possession. I always worry because we're so shit in possession.
We struggle.
Like it's cool we have the ball 60% of the time, but we do absolutely fuck all with it. And apparently he is gonna bring good possession football to us, which I'm excited for, because we all know our best football is when we soak it in, we counterattack, and when we do that, we can literally compete with anyone in the world. Proven fact.
His philosophy. His philosophy. I actually read his statement when he joined Queen's Park Rangers. I read his statement, and they were talking about the philosophy that he brings to football clubs. So his full emphasis is on fitness. And we know Moyes is all about that. So that adds that connects the one of the things. His other emphasis is on when he says
they can have a beer over fitness.
He wants the players to understand that when they've done things wrong, that they can understand when they've done things wrong, and they can approach the manager to get things right from that. So when you get it wrong, how do you make it right? So he talks a lot about that. His other thing was the possession, which I did read about as well, Lucas. And then he also talks about he wants teams to be on the front foot and attack. Mm-hmm. It's all about the attack and goal scoring. So I think there's a lot of things there that Moyes obviously liked from what his philosophy was. I couldn't see a connection anywhere. There could have been a connection. I just couldn't see it. Maybe Rangers. I'm not saying Moyes wasn't a Rangers. He was a Celtic, but maybe because he managed in Scotland. Maybe Moyes knew him because he was in Scotland. I don't know.
Maybe.
So
maybe
fucking excited. I can't wait.
As well, you don't want four coaches that are all defensive coaches either, do you? You do want a mix to bring philosophy and the plan Bs and the plan Cs. You need them.
3 defensive coaches and then set piece Nevin.
So here's a quick question for you then. Who currently is our goalkeeping coach? It's
the Chavi guy. I forget his last name.
Valero, is it? Valero.
Yeah.
The only reason I ask is because I had a message from my brother earlier saying
he's been here for a while now. He's
Chelsea
been here almost 8 years.
Ways with Petr Cech.
Yeah, we don't want him.
Chelsea.
I think he's I think it looks like Cech
was
the one to leave. Yeah,
he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world at one point.
Cech.
But he supported the Super League, didn't he? He loved all that. So fuck him.
That's irrelevant. It's gone. It's history. It's history now. We're one of the big 6 now, so don't even worry about it. No, but seriously, I mean, as a goalkeeping coach, can you get any better than one of the reputed to have been the best goalkeeper in the world during his playing career. I mean, he was incredible in the stick. So, as a goalkeeping coach,
It's weird. Some of the best players are terrible coaches and managers.
That's true. That is very true.
And then you got like Xavi Valera, who I have never heard of him or know anything about his career until he became a West Ham coach. And I mean, as far as I've seen, he's done a good job with us.
Yeah, he seems to be quite well liked, obviously, because obviously Fabianski, when he speaks about and praises him up, Alfonso Areola, when he done his interview, and you read into the transcript of his interview, he bigged him up as well. And then obviously Nathan Trott signed a long-term contract with West Ham today, which I think is a great thing. I think it's a great commitment by West Ham to give the young lad.
Yeah.
And he's 20. I forgot he was 24. But what I actually started to realize was that if Nathan Trott has signed this contract, so he's got 2 more years at the club with an option of 2 more years after that. Within the next year, Fabianski's gone, and Darren Randolph's gone.
David Martin will be gone too,
and Martin's gone. So that means Nathan Trott becomes number 2, unless we sign someone else. So Nathan Trott's not stupid. He's actually going, do you know what? I'll sit tight for a year and let's see where I'm going to be after that. Now I've got a chance to impress.
Apparently Anang too has been doing pretty decent in his loan spells.
Yeah, St. Patrick's and he's out in Ireland. Yeah.
And if that, what was I woke up to the story about Perkins. He's walking, is he? I hear.
Yeah, it seems.
Yeah, it looks that way, mate. He's going.
When I done a show earlier on today, everyone was talking about it in the chat now. So I was led to believe that he had another year to go, but everyone is saying that it's not that. But the chat was so split. So we're entitled.
Well, all I know is we're entitled to some money if he signs somewhere.
Gio said that Claret and you had reported he'd had an extra year left, but he reckons the truth is he hasn't, and it ends at the end of the week.
I mean, that's what's out reporting. But I mean, I'm typing it in. I'm searching for him now, and nowhere's got his contract expiry date. Every website.
Everyone's guessing.
The Athletic reported.
Have you look on transfer marked? Because that's usually
they've got it's blank. It's blank.
The Athletic reported today. West Ham United attacker Sonny Perkins is set to leave the club when his contract expires.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? And they're usually reputable.
Yeah. And apparently, Diallo, one of our other youngsters, is training with Chelsea this week.
He's gone though, hasn't he? Diallo was released.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it's a shame. I got to see Sonny Perkins play when I was over in England. 5-1 against Derby at the London Stadium, and I mean, I like Sonny Perkins. I think he's going to be a good player the older he gets. I've come to the conclusion. I was mad about it before, like a couple weeks ago when it came out, but now I kind of just came to the realization he just might not be Moyes' type of striker.
Yeah. Could be that.
Is he going to be another Diangana? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Does very well.
If Moyes thinks he's not good enough, he might not be up to Premier League standard. He might not think he's good enough. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, but he's signing for a. Is it a championship team he's signing for? I was led to believe it was Huddersfield. No, not Huddersfield. Yeah, Huddersfield, I thought it was.
And he's linked to Leeds and Tottenham, isn't he, Perkins? So
is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
I reckon he'll go Leeds.
What I find really interesting is I find the whole youth setup really interesting. I've gone on and banged the drum for year after year, in particular the last couple of years, about giving youth an opportunity. But I watched I don't know if you've ever watched Ben Foster. You ever watch Ben Foster's podcasts? They're called the Fozcast.
Yeah.
And he had Kasper Schmeichel, and then he was talking about his own contract coming up to leaving Watford. and he was talking a lot about the young players, and he was saying that his advice as a experienced pro to the youth of all of these clubs was go out on loan, go out on loan, go out on loan. Do not sit on that bench, because that bench is not going to give you experience. Game time is going to give you experience. So when I listened to that podcast, it just changed in my mindset, and I thought to myself, God, I'm banging the drum week in and week out about Alessi stepping up. However, how is Alessi going to step up if we've got Aguerd, Diop, Ogbonna, Dawson, Zuma? It's not going to happen. So
you're more likely to see someone like Longello, if I'm honest with you, because we're lacking on the left back, really, unless we sign anybody.
And you're right. But what's interesting is that he's the one that's been predominantly linked to leave the club, because obviously he's and if that rumor is true, then he's obviously been told that he's not in favor of what Moyes is trying to achieve. So in the plans. So maybe Sonny Perkins. I mean, for me, I think there's been several times last year that he should have came on. I didn't see the harm in him coming on earlier, or didn't see the harm in maybe giving him an odd start. It didn't happen. When he came on, I liked what I saw. But like what Lucas said, I liked what I saw. Thought he's got a bit about him. But is he really going to get a chance next year? Especially if we do sign Danjuma, especially if we sign Lingard, and we've got all those players.
Back down the order.
He's not going to get chances.
And maybe Connor Coventry proves that point. And on that, he's gone away last season, even though he done well pre-season. He's had a great loan spell, and maybe now he's in the plans. Maybe now he's ready, and maybe more.
And the thing is, Kieran, that I think that probably the player or the position that any youth player could afford to step up into is the central midfield role, because we've lost Matt Noble and we've lost Alex Kroll. So if we are in the market to bring someone else in, he'll want a fourth. He will want a fourth. And the fourth, if we spend, let's just say, I'm not saying we are, but let's just say we spend over £50 million on a central midfielder. He's not going to go and spend another £50 million on a second central midfielder. Yeah. So he may look to Connor Coventry or even Pierre Ekwa, because I think he could make a. He's I seen him at pre-season last year. I'll see him again tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing what his development's like in a year from just.
Thierry Nevers has been good in the U23 as well. He is. He's brilliant.
You just got to look back at Harry Kane. How many clubs did he go to on loan? Before he came back and then smashed it. He was always on. He weren't sitting on the bench as a young kid. He was forever going out on loan. And Areola's the same. Areola's is his first move ever, isn't it?
I am so excited for Areola, because this is now, I would say, like his first legitimate club. Because I mean, I know he was a PSG and Real Madrid, but I mean, I think he spent a year at each, and he just got loaned out every time.
Yeah. Every time.
Is it not the first time is it not some stupid stat? I can't. What is it?
Yeah, there is.
Like, is it not? I don't know if I'm making this up.
I think about the last 9 seasons he's been on loan. Something ridiculous like that. Did he ever play for PSG? Did he ever get a first team game?
Oh, yeah. He won the whatever it's called in France, the league title once.
I'm sure he played over nearly 100 games for them. But he was loaned out from the season 2013. So 9 years, Kieran. 9 years loaned out.
9 years on loan. That's mental, isn't it?
And I'm happy about it, because I do think, I know a lot of people have been saying that it's still going to be a competition for the number one, but I don't think Areola would have re-signed with us if there. I think there are some behind closed doors that's like, you've got the nod.
Yeah,
just don't lose. Sure. It's your job to lose, basically, is what I think he was told.
Yeah, but it's good. There's always competition for that first goalkeeping spot, which is a good thing. Yeah. He doesn't want to be told, you're in whatever. As long as you perform, you'll be number one. That's fine. But if if you have a few crap games, Fabianski's ready to come in, mate. Yeah. You've got to have that pressure, I think.
Yeah. And I think Fabianski's already, when he signed that 1 year extension, or did it ever get announced
No.
last season? But apparently he did. But I think he
I think
did well.
it did. I think it did get it.
No, it really didn't, Budgie. We were talking about this again the other day.
Really?
I mean, if you go into Fabianski, honestly, I'm sure myself and Russ were talking about it the other day and searching for it. And
But I think Fabianski has also come to
maybe I heard it on somebody's stream then and just, assumed.
They're waiting till Monday. They're waiting till Monday to announce that.
the last time anything was announced on what's his chops Fabianski was announcing that he was extending until June 2022. So nothing has been announced since at all.
Well,
yep. But do you not remember?
Maybe it's a player option, so they don't really announce those.
But do you not remember the Antonio announcement? Let me see here. In the statement on the website, they actually said it was signed a month before.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm reading it. I'm actually reading it now. Whereas
I don't think you'd be getting rid of Martin and then not keep Fabianski. You'd have to have that first.
No, I think definitely.
Yeah, because
I think Fabianski knows he's touted to be the backup.
Somebody stated, who was that? There we go. Rob Singleton said that David Martin is linked to MK Dons.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming up on screen.
As long as it's not Millwall.
So, yeah.
Again.
Yeah, exactly.
If he still gets the job in a wage, good luck to him. Wherever he goes, right?
Here we go. Sorry. I've got it now. Mickey Antonio, David Moyes said we've extended 1 or 2 contracts behind the scenes. We did Antonio's contract about 2 months ago, but we've also done another couple of players. We've gone about our business quietly, trying to do things behind the scenes and trying to do things correctly.
Lovely.
So when he announced,
I actually remember that statement now that you've read it out again. Yeah,
bless me.
Yeah. But so nothing was actually specifically said towards anybody in particular other than Antonio. Then
he said Antonio and a couple of other players were definitely extended, but Antonio was 2 months before it was announced, and he was announced on the 7th of January. Yeah. I'm looking at now.
So are we assuming that Fabianski was one of those then?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah. Yeah. Who do you reckon was the other one then? Fredericks?
He's gone. Now, yeah, he's at Bournemouth now.
He's gone.
Oh yeah, Bonner.
Yeah, was Bonner announced actually?
Yeah, Bonner.
He's not been announced either.
I think.
Has he?
I don't think he was, but it's been kind of. I think there was actually a statement or something that said that I can't even remember who said.
I know
it.
X came out when Ogbonna got injured, and it was towards the end of the year that the club were gonna
extend it as a
because they weren't going to do it, and then he got injured. But they reckon they're going to hold up. They're going to hold up their agreement to extend him for another year.
Yeah, but the club still haven't announced that yet. Though that's the funny thing. It's mad, isn't it?
But that's probably the two that David Moyes. Well, two of the ones that David Moyes alluded to. Then,
yeah,
possibly.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about them.
No.
But,
I've been live now for 2 hours and 9 minutes, and I only really wanted to do a 35-40-minute show. But I really want to thank everybody that's been on. Peach, who was on earlier, James from what was the name of his blinking channel?
The Anvil.
Oh gosh, yeah, the Anvil, from the Anvil. Thank you. He won't like me for forgetting that. I want to thank you, Lucas, American Hammers TV. I want to thank you, Also, Anton, West Ham Network. Thank you. Please subscribe to all these guys if you don't already. I'm sure most of you do. I want to thank everybody that came into the chat. I'll just say a quick hello to James from E20 Zone TV. He didn't get a mention, but he was in the chat, so I'll just say hello. I want to thank everybody that's participated this evening, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Don't forget, Saturday, match day rewind, Saturday morning. Hopefully, 98% sure that Craig Forrest will make an appearance. So look forward to that. And I will see you all in the meantime. Take care, everybody. And what are we all, everybody?
Fucking
Fairly big.
massive.
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to try and play us out with a video if this bloody laptop behaves itself.
Oh.
And I will catch up with you all real soon.
See you, chaps.
See you later. Are you going to play on? It's not going to play. So anyway, guys, thanks everybody.
Right,
take care. See you later.
See you later.
See you later. Take care, guys.
See you, mate, Budge.